A new move from the Israeli Prime Minister could have effects on their government. The Israeli military plans to send draft notices to Jewish Ultra-Orthodox men starting as soon as this weekend. Dozens of Jewish Ultra-Orthodox men protested and even blocked a main highway in central Israel following the announcement. In Israel, military service is required for most Jewish men. However, Ultra-Orthodox men had been exempt under religious regions. Rabbi Neil Katz of Tyler's congregation Bethel says this question of military draft has been a long-standing issue.
Conversation that's been going on for decades in Israel that has never been resolved because it's a political problem, and so different prime ministers have different agenda, and the political power of the ultra-Orthodox in Israel, it has always just been kicked down the road.
With the war against Hamas entering its 9th month, the issue of exemptions has created resentment among the Israeli public. No word on how they plan to enforce compliance.